And once you begin to see how the system of the ancient Catholic system, the Jesuits, the ancient Roman Empire, the Phoenician Canaanite banking system is all part of a world dominating system.
The ancient peoples were crossing the ocean, specifically, I would say, the Phoenicians. But also some people speculate that the ancient Egyptians and perhaps some other, maybe the Romans to some extent, were crossing the oceans. That means Mediterranean, across the Atlantic Ocean into the United States. And there is very good evidence that the Phoenicians were mining copper in the Great Lakes, especially Michigan. The Michigan copper mines, the copper that comes out of those mines has a purity trademark. It's exceedingly pure.
Huh.
It's like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
And that copper has been discovered in the Mediterranean. The ingots of that copper, what's a lot of people believe is Michigan grade copper. And there's even been some claims, I'm going to put it in those terms, that the petroglyphs of Phoenician ships have been found on the banks of the Great Lakes, at least in one case that I'm aware of. Phoenician ships were, had that hallmark prow that was like shaped like a serpent or something like that. The Phoenicians, by the way, were a secret society. Very, very little is known of the Phoenicians, but they were major players in history. Major. Of course, they were major players in the history of the Israelites.
Yeah. Who
built the Temple of Solomon? The Phoenicians. Well, a lot of Christians don't realize that.
Not the Michiganders.
No, the Phoenicians built the Temple of Solomon, and King Hiram, and then of course Hiram Abiff, his artificer, was instrumental in the building of Solomon's temple.
Isn't Hiram like a Freemason?
Well,
I guess obviously it's all based on Solomon's temple.
He's one of the patriarchs of Freemasonry,
yeah.
Hiram Abiff, and they have a whole mythology about Hiram Abiff, which is very interesting. But so it was the Phoenicians. Solomon consulted with the Phoenicians. They provided the cedar, and they provided the expertise. They're artificers, and they're workers of brass and bronze and so forth. They were the Phoenicians were the unrivaled masters of masonry and navigation and what would you call it? Seafaring of the ancient world, unrivaled. Yeah. They were so ingenious in the designs of their boats. They designed their boats in such a way that their boats they could arrive, let's say, to the shores of the United States. They could disassemble their boats, carry them across the land, and then reassemble them in the river to continue navigating
the Great Lakes,
the continent or the Great Lakes. So